Hey, everybody, starting a little early. I don't have to wait until the final horn on this one. That's two bad games tonight, huh? That's two bad games. That's a bad doubleheader for Monday Night Football. Jets, Dolphins, bad game. Denver destroying Cincinnati. They're done. Say goodbye to the Bengals. 28 to 3. The Bengals roll. Without Joe Burrow, they got big time problems. Big time problems. 3 points, 28 to 3. The Denver Broncos are going to go and even up their record. So good job by them. Good job by them. I look at the Broncos. I think that, you look at their schedule coming up and they got a chance to get healthy here. I'm looking at their long-term goals before they really have to get going in their what I would consider their tough games, right? I think they're going to be all right. With the Chargers losing yesterday to the Giants, that changes things around a little bit, changes things around a little bit. And because Kansas City destroyed the Ravens, who look like they have got, you want to talk about bad situations. The Ravens look like they got some real problems here. But, if I'm looking at Denver, I want to look at read off their schedule. That's why I'm looking at my phone here. So they have the tough game coming up against Philly. And, Philly's not going to go 17-0. Then you got the Jets and the Giants and the Cowboys at Houston and Vegas before you get to Kansas City. So they got a pretty easy schedule. If they can get past Philadelphia, they got a very easy schedule. All right. How are you? Good show this afternoon from 3 to 6. A lot of King stuff. Says terrible. Joe Burrow might be the best quarterback in the NFL the way he carried the franchise. Yeah, he might very well be, Absolutely. Yes, Tyreek Hill, bad looking injury there. Absolutely. Bad looking injury. I don't know how the Jets keep on losing these games. So it doesn't matter who's the coach, doesn't matter who the quarterback is. It's like the same deal every single year, right? Yes, so putting that up for everyone. Hill did get injured. Happy that you have here. Boy, we got the baseball playoffs starting tomorrow. Kings Media Day. Rhino had a lot of sound on my show today. You can check out the Kings Court. He'll have a lot of it tomorrow. Check out the Kings Court with Rhino tomorrow at 10 a.m. You get caught up on everything that you may have missed today on Kings Media Day. My show today is available on podcasts. Wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, you'll find my show, Hours 1, and then Hours 2 and 3 there for you. I have a hard question for you. Who is better, Joe Burrow or Drew Brees? We can't answer that question yet because Burrow's got, barring injury, he's got many, many more years. So you can't answer that question right now. What do I think about Doug Christie saying about his starting lineup? It's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. I agree with that. Thoughts on Dart and the Giants winning? Anytime the Giants win, it's a good win. I don't think Jackson Dart's going to stay healthy for very long if he continues to play like that. That's my issue that I see. I don't think he's going to stay very healthy. I think that's going to be real problematic. They're going to have to change things up. But he looked like a quarterback that belongs. He's got some moxie about him. He's got leadership. I thought he played very well considering it was his first start, but he's not going to stay healthy if he keeps on playing like that. I wasn't at Media Day. Ryan was. And you can listen to him tomorrow. Check out his podcast at 10 a.m. But he was, doing the show with me today and said that, it was very positive. By my count, I've been to 32 NBA training camps, and I've never once walked out of a training camp and said, oh, gee, that sucked. That's not positive. Boy, the guys are doom and gloom. Everybody's positive right now. Everybody's positive. No, I do not think Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Fame quarterback. No, I do not. But, again, everyone's positive in pro sports when you start training camp. Everyone. The New York Giants were the most positive team I saw coming out of preseason this year. How did that work out for them? Doesn't mean anything to me. Words are cheap. Show me. Don't tell me. That's how I always look at it. So time will tell, as they say, right? I said this on my radio show today. I'm not into all the algorithms and analytics like a lot of other people are in today's society. I'm not into the stats the way a lot of people are in society today. You know what I'm into? scoreboard and the standings. That's it. You want numbers that really mean something? Show me the scoreboard and then show me the standings. Okay? The Baltimore Ravens right now are 1-3. I don't give a damn how talented they may be. I don't care about how they have Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. I don't care how they have Zay Flowers. Doesn't mean anything to me. You know what means something to me? They're 1-3. Okay? That's what it means. They're 1-3. All right? 1-3. Dart was favoring his left hamstring, possibly. They think he's fine. Analytics ruin sports. I don't think it ruins sports. It changed sports. You could point to some areas where it's not as good as it used to be. I don't know if I would say the term ruined based on TV ratings, arena and stadiums being full. I don't know if I would go that far. Ryder Cup this weekend, an embarrassment all the way around for the United States. I know they bounced back yesterday, but Friday and Saturday was embarrassing. The crowd was worse. The crowd was more embarrassing. It's a bad black stain for the sport of golf and really fans in America and particularly New York. That was terrible. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. I mean, just absolutely awful. Shame on the fans. Not all of them, but so many of them that were despicable at Bethpage this weekend. Terrible. Terrible. I think the Ravens still make the playoffs. Well, they're on very thin ice right now, that's for sure. They're on very thin ice. Their defense is terrible. Their defense is terrible. I think 40-year-old Al Horford is not the answer for the Warriors at that position. I'm not disagreeing with you. I think he's not going to be able to play that much. It's going to have to be spot duty. I'm a little skeptical about that too. Warriors are they're an old team. Definitely has changed sports. There's no doubt about that, BJ. It has definitely changed sports. I think more so in baseball than any other sport. It's really changed that game. No doubt. It's changed the NBA a lot too. Now it's everything about three-point shooting. So I don't disagree with that. All right? Definitely ruined many broadcasts. I agree with you there too. Definitely agree with you. That's very well said. It has ruined a lot of broadcasts. It's too much. Hey, don't forget about New Works Plumbing. They've got a fix for you. They're available around the clock 24/7 for your plumbing needs and repairs. Make sure you call that number or go to newworksplumbing.com, NEWWRXplumbing.com. Water heaters, water line repair, sewer repair, water filtration, gas lines. It's all there for you. At New Works Plumbing, they've got a fix for you. Information overload, I agree. Hindsight's 2020, Sean. Say you should have done this, should have done that. But yeah, Purdy now back on the injury report as questionable, and that is not the best situation. Yeah, that's not the best situation, that's for sure. You got Ricky Pearsall's on the injury report, Jennings. There's a very limp team coming in. That's going to be a real problem Thursday in LA against the Rams. Going to be a really difficult game. I hate divisional games on Thursday nights. I don't think divisional games should be played on Thursday nights. They're too darn important. I don't like it. Hey, if you're just joining me, don't forget, Rhino tomorrow, the Kings Court at 10 a.m. He's got a lot of sound from the Kings Media Day today, so keep that in mind. Yes, Purdy started the game. Yes. You went to high school with Jake Browning. I watched him play a lot of Folsom. He was a tremendous quarterback. Tremendous. I root for him. I want him to do well, but it's not going to work out. They got some real problems right now in Cincinnati. I don't think Zach Taylor's going to make it. They got some issues. Jaguars on a roll this year. I don't know if I would say they're on a roll. They're 3-1. I don't know if they barely won 2 games. I don't call that being on a roll. They play in a terrible division. They have, I don't agree with that at all. I don't think they're on a roll. They got Tennessee and Houston in their division. They're both bad teams. Why would you say they're on a roll for? Like, what are you looking at? Seriously, what are you looking at? Because they beat San Francisco, they're on a roll? What games have been impressive for them this year? All right. What have they done that's impressive? I mean, I'm looking at they beat Carolina 26-10. They lost to Cincinnati, okay, when they had Burrow, 31-27. They beat Houston 17-10. They beat the Niners 26-21. On a roll? The hell are you talking about? Niners had no pressure. It was like the Jags didn't worry about our D-line. Losing Bosa shows how big he is for our team. Dennis, what did I say last week? What did I say last week, Dennis? That his loss is significant. 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 Big time. Absolute big time when you lose a player the caliber of Nick Bosa. That is a bad loss. It's a big loss. And it is going to impact you for the rest of the year. Plain and simple. There's no getting around that. That is a big loss for the San Francisco 49ers. Okay? It's a big loss. Andre doesn't know the difference between teams are on a roll and teams are on awesome. He just makes up stuff. So don't get Andre going on a chat line. Don't waste your time with that. I'm okay with the season already over. Go Bills. Jackson Dart looked real good, cool and calm, not forcing anything. He looked like he belongs, okay? He looks like he belongs. He didn't look like a rookie. That's what I would say about him. I was very impressed with his demeanor, all right? Yeah, I don't know if I would have said the Chargers would have won for sure if Joe Alt didn't get hurt, but it was a big loss in the second quarter. I would agree. I would agree. The game did change, but I mean, I can't say for sure that the Chargers would have won the game if Joe Alt had not been injured. Can't say that for sure. Giants had a huge loss in that game too for the year, and Malik Neighbors out with an ACL. At least Alt's injury at the moment doesn't look that serious, and that is really good news because they already lost Slater. They cannot afford to lose their other now right tackle to left tackle. All right. Andre is drinking the wrong tea. I don't know what he's doing, but he needs to reevaluate what he's putting up online. What are my thoughts on the Cowboys? Defense is pathetic, horrible. Offense is good. Offense last night was great, but their defense is just absolutely terrible. That game, really, when you think about games changing a momentum, the extra point to go up 14-0 that was returned all the way for 2 points really changed the complexion of that game. Yes, I think that the wide receiver fumbling at the goal line changed the game. Absolutely. Absolutely. You're welcome. It's my pleasure. Neighbors and Jamar Chase are literally carbon copies of each other. Jamar Chase is a far superior receiver than Malik Neighbors. Lots of block kicks in the last couple of weeks. Raiders seemed cursed yesterday. Dallas caught Green Bay by surprise. How could they catch them by surprise, though, Patrick? How could they catch them by surprise? Green Bay it's at Dallas, Sunday Night Football. They catch them by surprise. You think Green Bay's not ready to play that game? I mean, I'm sorry. I don't. That's Dallas, Green Bay. That's a great rivalry. That's a great history between the two franchises. That's Sunday Night Football. That's Micah Parsons going back to Dallas. There was no surprise there. Grant, my rant has to do with the overtime draw. Like, really, come on. Like, participation trophies really don't matter. We need wins and losses. Dennis, that's the rule, man. I understand. But, like, what are you going to do? Yes, far superior. Yes, that's correct. What has Malik Neighbors done in his career? He is talented, but he's not Jamar Chase. All right? He's not Jamar Chase. I'm sorry, but he's not. Just not. How about this? BJ agrees with you, Dennis, and he really does. I'll ask you, Sam, let me ask you this. If you were starting a football team, who are you going to take for your wideout, Ja'Marr Chase or Malik Neighbors? I know who I'm taking. Am I excited about the MLB postseason? And who do you got winning it all this year? I don't know if I would say I'm excited. I'm excited about watching the Yankees and the Red Sox because it's a great rivalry. To be honest with you, if the Yankees were to lose, I probably wouldn't watch the baseball playoffs the rest of the way. Yeah, Prescott's throw across the field was great. It's the best throw of the night. His best throw of the night. Who do I think is going to win it all? It's hard. I don't know. I would say either Toronto or Philadelphia. Hey, Sam, I don't care who Ja'Marr Chase has had. I don't care what team he plays for. I'm taking him over Malik Neighbors. If you want to take Neighbors, go ahead and take him. I'm about what have you done? What's your resume look like? If I'm putting Chase's resume next to Neighbors' resume in the NFL, it's not close. Not close. Hey, Andre, let me explain something to you. Okay, I am not at a library reading books to kids, okay? I don't read every single chat message, okay? I read some of them. I am not able to read every single one of them because they come too fast. So I'm not skipping you and your chats on purpose. I can't read them all. And you send me too many. So if you send me too many messages, I don't read them because it's like we're having a personal conversation. And I'm not doing this show to have personal conversations with my viewers. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate your support, but I can't sit here and respond to every single message that you write, okay? So how about this? Thank you. No more questions for me. You are awesome. Have a great night, Grant. You have a great night too. Thank you very much. Rant about skipping Napes. How about a rant? Andre's now telling me he's only sent one message. All right. Just to make you happy, indulge me and everybody. Let me go back. He only sent one message, so my bad. Let me find it because he thinks I'm skipping his messages, so I don't want to piss him off. I want to make sure that he can sleep tonight. I don't want to have him in a bad mood. Here we go. Uh-oh, Grant. You said they barely beat two teams like that matters, but when the Seahawks lost the first game by a hair, you told me that doesn't matter at all. A loss is a loss. That is true. But, okay, who did they lose to? They lost to San Francisco. A win is a win and a loss is a loss. The quality of opponents does matter when you're not a very good team, okay? Or I don't think you're a good team. So you're right. I did say that, and now I read your chat message. I will allow you to follow up and send me a message. Not allow you. Go ahead, respond to that. But you're right. I did say that. You're right. But when you lose by a hair, what I'm saying is it's like Baltimore lost to Buffalo in week 1 by a hair. Okay? Baltimore, rather, lost to Buffalo in week 1 by a hair. There's a big difference between being 1-3 and 2-2. Thank you. I do mean the best. I appreciate all of you and your support. Thank you, Sam. Listen, it's not personal with me. We're just having fun here. It's a show. So don't worry about it. All right? And if you get upset, go to Bennett's. Get some prime seafood and steak. That will take care of all of your problems. Sacramento, Roseville, the West Side Grill in Rockland. If you're in a bad mood after you have one of their great meals, you'll be in a much better mood. All right? Prime seafood and steak at Bennett's. I love them. Can't wait to get to the Sacramento, Roseville, or the West Side Grill location. Again, love it. You will too. Go to Bennett'sRestaurants.com. That's Bennett'sRestaurants.com and make a reservation. All right. Grant Wilson is the next party, or when is the next Wilson? When is the next party at Bennett's? We want a King's party. Stay tuned, Dennis. You never know. You never know. But Dennis, if I have it, you better show up, unlike last time. All right? You better show up. Ravens looked horrible. Do you think it's time to move on from Lamar or John Harbaugh? I don't see him moving on from Lamar. I could see them with a coaching change if this goes real south. I don't think they're going to move on from Lamar Jackson. And in all fairness, I think Lamar's played very well this year. I think he's played very well. No, I'm not underrating Neighbors at all. I'm not underrating him. I'm overrating or over the moon about Ja'Marr Chase. I think he's as good as any wide receiver in football. Here's what I don't like about Neighbors, since you asked. All right. I don't like a guy that doesn't practice during the week. I don't like a guy that's always hurt. I don't like a guy that can't go in training camp. I don't like a guy that's, DNP in practice all week. And then on, Friday at 6 o'clock, he's listed as questionable. And then on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock, he's good to go. I don't want players like that on my team. I want guys that are all in. I want guys that practice. I want guys that are in training camp practicing. Okay. I want guys that are on the field. I want guys that are practicing with their quarterback and running routes. Those are the guys I want, okay? So until Malik Neighbors can do that, he's not going to be on my A list, okay? I'm sorry. He's not going to be on my A list. Yeah, I am looking forward to the Broncos. I don't go by what I saw defensively tonight, but you're right. It will be good to see. And again, the Eagles aren't going 17-0. So you're right, Cody. You're right. Absolutely right. The Tennessee Titans are now the ones running a prevent offense. Very true. They got an excuse, though. They got a first-year quarterback with a bad offense and a bad offensive line. So at least give them a pass. All right? I give them a pass. I really do. I give them a pass. Again, I'm not comparing Ja'Marr Chase to Malik Neighbors anymore because there's no comparison. There are many receivers that I would take in the NFL over Malik Neighbors. I would take CeeDee Lamb over him in a heartbeat. I would take Ja'Marr Chase over him in a heartbeat, okay? And there are others that I would take over Malik Neighbors. I'm not saying I wouldn't want him on my team. I'm not saying he's not talented. I'm saying there are many other receivers in the NFL that I would take over him. That's what I'm saying. My thoughts on the Eagles only with no passing yards in the second half. And Brown sent that cryptic message. A.J. Brown's a head case. Always has been. That's why he's not on Tennessee anymore. They won the game. They're 4-0. If I'm A.J. Brown, shut up. That's my response to him publicly if I'm the Philadelphia Eagles. You don't like it? Go away. Shut up. You're 4-0. There's somebody that's putting himself above the team. That's what that's all about. Look at Saquon Barkley. You want to learn how to be a professional? Go look at Saquon Barkley. Oh, by the way, who won a Super Bowl last year? Who won a Super Bowl last year? Oh, that's right. Philadelphia. Was A.J. Brown on that team? Did he get a Super Bowl ring? Oh, he did. Okay. Seriously. Jordan, I don't care what you like and what you don't like. Thank you for the message. Does Russell Wilson have any trade value? Not really. Not really. Not really. You think I'm too negative on the radio? Don't listen to me. Very simple. Turn the dial. That's Grant Napier. That's how I roll. You don't like it? Go listen to somebody else. I've been doing this a long time. I don't have to beg for listeners. I don't have to beg for viewers. You don't like it? Go. Is Jacksonville's defense the real deal? I'm going to tell you something. I think their defense is pretty darn good. I think their defense is pretty good. Even though their schedule's been pretty weak, their defense is pretty good. Great question. Great question. Do I think the Jets are like the Kings in equivalence to bad front offices? Great question. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I think there's a parallel there. Excellent question. Starts at ownership. Woody Johnson, Vivek Ranadive. It's your best question you've ever asked me, Andre. Good job there. Should I rant on skipping a negative, BJ? What do you think? What do you think? I'm too negative on the radio, especially in the first 15 or 20 minutes. I'm so sorry, Jordan. I'm so sorry. I'm so negative. We're close to a Grant rant tonight, says Sam. Yeah, we are close. Oh my God. I'm too negative on the radio. Good Lord. I'm so negative. I'm just so negative. I've always been negative. I don't know how I'm going to go to work tomorrow now that I've been accused of being so negative on the radio. You know what? It's called radio with balls. It's called radio with an opinion, unlike the other cupcakes in the Sacramento market. It's called like going on the radio and telling the truth. It's like going on the radio and not being vanilla, not being a big cupcake. It's called having some balls. That's called radio, Jordan. Maybe you should go watch, softball somewhere. Unbelievable. All right. I'm going to give Jordan this opportunity. I've listened to you for many, many years and I have a lot of love for you. I'm just saying that you seem to be more negative on the radio than usual, trying to help. I want you to show to kill it. Well, Jordan, I appreciate your support. And as you know, nothing that I say on this show or on the radio is personal. But here's what I'm going to say. Okay. I've been doing my radio show a certain way since I started in 1995. Not bragging. I'm just stating facts. It's been very, very successful. I have made a lot of money doing it, both for me and the radio station that I've worked for. My ratings have always been very good. I have had a large following. And if I have a large following, Jordan, that tells me that the people that are supporting me, that continue to listen to me, like what I'm doing. Now, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. And Jordan, if I make a mistake, I say, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. If I go overboard on something, I will say, you know what, maybe I went too far. If I did, I'm sorry. I don't have any problem apologizing. But my style is my style. And if you're referring to me about my open today, about the 49ers and in particular the Ryder Cup being too negative, I actually don't think it was negative enough. I think that it was spot on what I said about the 49ers and Nick Bosa and what I said about the fans at the Ryder Cup and me rooting for Europe yesterday. Because a lot of people agreed with me. I even had one caller after I said that call up and agree with me. So if you think that's too negative, I have a difference of opinion of you. I think I have a different thought than you. I think it's just you and me, Grant Napier, and you, Jordan, have a different opinion on what happened in the sports world yesterday. I don't think it's me being too negative. I think it's me saying something that you differ on. Is that possible? Rather than me being too negative, is it possible that my opinion didn't align with your opinion? And maybe your opinion, okay, the way I see it on the chat line, doesn't align with my opinion. Doesn't mean I don't like you. Doesn't mean I'm not grateful for your support. It just means that maybe our opinions aren't aligned. Maybe I'm not being negative. Maybe it's just that I don't agree with what you agree with. You can be like, we can disagree without being negative. Is that possible? That's what I'm saying. Grant's back. Take it personal. Title of book. I love it, Dennis. One time I asked Grant if he knew someone and he gave me a 15-minute rant. Wow. Love it. So does that make sense, Jordan? Like, did I explain that to you or do you disagree with me? By the way, again, Thank you for your support. I appreciate it. And if the Kings play poorly, I'm going to be critical. If they go through a really bad stretch with bad play, I'm going to be critical. You might use the word negative, but I'm going to call it the way it is. Thank you. Grant is calling it as he sees it. Always have, always will. Always will. Let's go more rants. I just kind of did a mini rant, didn't I? I just pretty much did a mini rant. Yes, I'm back. I love the title of the book, Dennis. Grant's back. Take it personally. Take it personally. Love it. Ran on traffic. Never getting done on 50. I've done that already. It's been going on for a long time, huh? BJ says, yes, be honest. That's why we're here. Thank you, buddy. Imagine Grant versus Trump on president. No, I don't think so. On a presidential debate. No. I don't debate politics. I don't care. I don't care. I really don't. But anyway, Jordan, I hope I answered your question, man. Thank you very much. I hope I answered it to where you can see what I'm talking about. I don't think I'm being negative at all. I think I'm being opinionated, and my opinion probably differs from yours. Now, there are times when I'm negative. I'm not saying that doesn't happen. I wasn't negative today at all. I thought I was spot on. Like, how do you feel about the Ryder Cup and the fans on Long Island this weekend? It was embarrassing. It was despicable. It was ugly. It was horrible. It's bad. 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 Yeah, I did. We played that on the show today, and Ryan will have a lot more tomorrow on the King's Court. A lot more tomorrow on the King's Court. That's at 10 in the morning right here, folks, on If You Don't Like That. I think if Isaac Jones can improve his game, that would be big for the Kings. I agree with you. I thought he had a great summer league. And I think if he has a good preseason, I think he can be the 10-man rotation that Doug was talking about today, Coach Christie. I think he can be among the top 10. I would agree with you. I would agree with you. Dennis got 6 right this week in the Pick'em. I have no idea how I did, Dennis. Dennis, do you know how I did? I don't even remember what I picked, so I'd have to go back and look. Who should be the 6th man for the Kings this year? I think it's Malik Monk, Keon Ellis, but I mean, those two. I need to be calling Kings games again. Well, I don't think it's going to happen. Thank you for your support. I appreciate it. But I'll be following them, and we'll be talking about them right here. 82 times a year on the post game. We'll be doing some half times as well. So we got you covered right here on If You Don't Like That. And don't forget, tomorrow, 10 in the morning, Ryan in Sacktown will have the King's Court. He's going to have a lot of sound from today, from Media Day, and tomorrow is practice number 1. Practice number 1. Looking forward to that. All right? Practice number 1. What else you want to talk about today? Anything else? Oh, Patrick forgot to do the Pick'em. Well, you can still do it, but you just lost all the games. Let me see what I got here. Dennis, I have no idea what I got in the Pick'em League. I really don't. I have no idea. Dennis, you only got 6 right? 6? Let's see here. What did I get? I still don't even remember what I got. All right, here we go. I got 1 right, 2 right, 3 right, 4, 5, 6, 7. I beat you by 1, Dennis. 7 right. 7. Thank you. Saints plus 1.5. Is that right? I didn't even look at the line. They're favored by 1.5 over the Giants. Yes, I think this is a good one. I do not think the Bengals' downfall should all be on Jake Browning. They've had problems defensively for a number of years now. But when you only score 3 points, that's not the defense's fault. Thank you for the support. Appreciate the message. Appreciate that. So, Dennis, I beat you by 1, buddy. I beat you by 1 this week. I was 3-1, though, on my Friday picks. All right? The Virginia fans should have been arrested for storming the field this past Friday night after defeating Florida State. Bad scene all the way around. Bad scene. But, Dennis, I was 3-1 last week, 3-1 this week. 6-2 in the last 2, Dennis. I'm hot. Hot. On Yahoo, I didn't look at DraftKings. You got to look at the line that's on whatever the line is on the Yahoo Fantasy. That's what we use. On Friday, our picks are from DraftKings. All right. My impressions on Dart, where he looks like he belongs. He did not look like a rookie, but he won't stay on the field long playing that style of football. He'll get hurt and he'll be off the field. Wait, what happened in the Ryder Cup? Well, I mean, I'm not going to go and tell you. If you didn't watch it, that means you don't care. And I'm not going to tell you because you obviously don't have any interest if you're asking what happened. Saints fans want general manager Mickey Loomis fired. I thought you were a Seahawks fan. Am I wrong? Now I'm very confused. I'm very confused. All right, so tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., the King's Court with Rhino. A lot of sound from today's media day. And then tomorrow at 3 o'clock, Fox Sports Sacramento, Sean Salisbury in the 5 o'clock hour. We'll talk to Sean about the college and the NFL and many other things. Yeah, I didn't comment on Saleh and Liam Cohen. I don't know. You know what my point is on that, Cody? I think it happens a lot in the NFL. And if it's done during a game, like it's done in baseball, isn't it, Cody? It's been going on for ever. I don't make a big deal about what happened at the end of the game. I really don't. Patrick got 3, huh? Oh, sorry, Andre. Apologize, buddy. You're welcome, Patrick. Saints are terrible. They really are. I could see them beating the Giants this week, though. But Giants defensively should be able to win that game. They should be able to win that game. Spencer Rattler still your number 1 quarterback. They should be able to fluster him and create some mistakes. That's what I would forecast. I would say that's going to happen. I'd have to look at the Giants injury report, look at the Saints injury report, but I could see the Giants winning that game. I don't have a game of the week yet, Dennis, because it's still the week 4 just wrapped up. I haven't even looked at the games next week. I will tomorrow, but honestly, Dennis, I spend all weekend analyzing this week's play because I don't want to get my mind confused for the show today and tonight. So I haven't even looked at the schedule next week. Seriously, I haven't even looked at it. I really haven't. 100% dog guy. Do not care for cats. Dogs all the way. But Dennis, tomorrow we'll definitely go over the NFL and the college, okay? Promise you. That I will look at. One game I am looking forward to in college football because college football wrapped up in my mind yesterday. I'm looking at Vanderbilt, Alabama. I'm going to find out if Vanderbilt's for real or not. Definitely. All right. Your unapologetic New York style is why I've listened to you for decades and why you are a legend in my mind. If I'll keep listening and let you know if it's just something I'm imagining. Jordan, you're free to message me anytime you want, both here on the podcast and on the radio station. We do have a text line now. It's the same number as the call-in line. So if you don't want to call Jordan, send me a text during my show, and chances are I will see it, and I'm happy to respond. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. I like the way the Yankees ended the season. I thought they ended up playing very well. I think they'll beat the Red Sox, but nothing would surprise me. The Red Sox played the Yankees pretty well this year in the series, so nothing would surprise me. It's a rivalry. They hate each other, dislike each other, maybe not hate. And I don't think being at home is that big of a deal, other than if the game goes into extra innings. I think it's a big deal. All right. Tomorrow, 10 a.m., Kings Court, Rhino in Sacktown. I'm on a 3. Back here tomorrow. We'll do it at 7 o'clock tomorrow, right? 7 o'clock here tomorrow night, folks. I'm going to wrap it up. I appreciate you. Jordan, thank you. Don't take it personally. Appreciate your support. Same with you, Andre. You know how I am. Dennis, you know how I am. Everybody knows how I am. Love you. Love the fact that you listen to my show in the afternoons and join me here. Do it again tomorrow. Do it again tomorrow. All right?